Hello Ratbags, it's Joe Plays Games, back again with another Conan news update video guys. I let you know the other day about some of the information coming out about Conan Exiles, how popular it's been, and a delay or the release of the game coming to Xbox and PS4. So, as I said, they went to a games conference much like Ark Survival Evolved did, and they released a bunch of brand new information. I've collated all the information I can into one easily digestible video. There was quite a lot. I'm going to leave all the links down below so you can go and check out the original videos for yourself. A big shout out to Youthful Bacon, who put me onto a blog from the creator Joe Bylos, one of the creative directors. He gave a lot of information. I also saw some more information and slides from the blogs as well. So let's get into it. Let's see what the future of Conan Exiles holds. So one of the first things they're adding is the trebuchet, where you can fire rocks at defences and enemy bases. This is going to be a heavy piece of kit. You're going to need to transport it in different sections. You're going to need a team of people to do this. Once you've got it, it's not just a case of firing it. You have to load it up properly. You have to work out exactly how it fires, what kind of range it is. You need to counterbalance it with different size or heavy rocks, etc., by filling it up even more. So it's really going to be something where you've got to be careful. If you're setting up all these siege defences, the players could just come out and kill you. So definitely for a PvP environment, this is going to be exceptional. You know, Ark has dinosaurs. Conan is definitely going for siege weapons. There's many more siege weapons being added, including a body parts thrower. You're going to be able to get body parts, carve them up, put them into a locker, and then utilise them to throw at your enemies after they've decomposed. You'll use the trebuchet to do this. Once you've chucked these body parts onto an enemy's space, it can create pestilence or diseases that other players can contract or thralls. So it's really interesting the way they're going with the gameplay and the warfare. They're also going to be having things like war towers, where you literally push a big massive tower and it will go up against the wall, and you'll be able to board into someone's town or city or base and attack the players. All sorts of siege weapons. It's really cool. It's really interesting. And this is the first update we're going to see, guys, in terms of content, that you will see lots of additions added to the game. It looks like it is going to be the siege weaponry. Next up, they're implementing a die system, which seems pretty basic, but it all lends itself to customization. I really like the idea of this. Like in every other game, you can customize your armor and your pieces, but it just makes the game a little bit more immersive, tailoring it to whatever style, whatever way you want to look. And now the big one, this one lots of people are looking forward to. They're adding proper dungeons to the game. These are going to be big, expansive dungeons. Again, a little bit like Skyrim style inspired. There's going to be maybe some other creatures in here, and there's going to be different resources or more readily available resources. Not only that, there's also going to be traps where you can flood some of the chambers with water so you can get to other higher to reach places. So almost like a puzzle element to it as well. There's other reasons to get down here. There's other ways that you're going to be able to learn or meet maybe a new god. That might come later on in the game, but definitely at the beginning you're going to be looking at these brand new dungeons to explore, running around, seeing what else is there. Players will be fighting over these on official servers because they offer resources like Phosphorus, I should say, and that is really important for crafting stuff. So it is interesting. You can see here we've got the chamber being flooded with water slowly. So yeah, you could technically try and drown other players if they're not paying attention. So things like this is what separates it from games like Ark and Rust. They're really trying to do something different, especially with some of the more information I'm going to give you in a minute. But we're just going to take a last look at what actually lies when you come towards maybe the end of this dungeon. Basically some really badass creature. It's pretty foreboding, it's pretty scary looking. Some of the places in Conan's are really scary, like I've really not wanted to venture down them too much in case I get my arse handed to me. So it'd be really cool to do this on an actual server with other people so that I'm not pissing myself. Definitely coming up to the end part now. So all these videos and clips are available on different games media outlets. They've basically just been hyping up all the sort of news conference stuff that came out, and look at this creature about to appear right now out of the water. It looks pretty sick. Like, that is pretty badass. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a god. It might be a creature you fight. It might be something you can pray to and become like a religion. Now this next thing might not be coming in the very near future, but it's something that is definitely coming into the game. Necromancy, basically the power to be like a dark sorcerer, and you can see the background here. It looks like it's that same dungeon place, so maybe to become a sorcerer you're going to need to visit somewhere like this to gain more power. I've put this slide together and just took some of the stuff from the blog. It's saying the sorcery system taps into the corruption debuffs that affect your character when they descend into the dark and corrupted places of the exiled lands. The more corrupted you are, the more powerful your spells can become, and it also comes at a cost. To gain power, you are forced to cut into your health and stamina, making your body weaker. The sorcery system will in turn give you access to necromancy and summoning rituals, letting you call upon evil, twisted creatures to do your bidding for you. They've already confirmed you may be able to turn people that are dead or thralls that are dead into skeletons to come back to life, just like in Skyrim, and fight alongside you. So lots of good things to come in the very near future. A bit further out with the update stuff, we're going to definitely start seeing mounts. Things like these horses you'll be able to tame. You'll pretty much do it exactly the same way you do thralls. You have to lasso them and drag them back to the Wheel of Pain to break them. The horses and camels were going to be used as normal sort of pack animals, but elephants and big rhinos will be used for more like attacking other players. They're also adding more mounted combat features to it as well. It's exciting to see where this could go. Maybe we'll be riding some of the big monsters and demons in the game. We're also going to be seeing the camels. Here you go, is a screenshot of a camel in progress. The camels look pretty cool actually. It'd be really interesting to run around on these. Hopefully they'll be able to store water, so that could be a really good sort of bonus thing for being in the desert. Having a camel, obviously it's got water in its humps, so maybe there's a way we can utilise that. Again, even further into the future, they are going to be adding new biomes, guys. They have spoke about this before, and this will be a major content update. They're going to add something similar to where Conan is actually from, the cold, hard north. It will be in addition to the actual map at the moment. I don't think it's going to replace any areas. It will be like an add-on to the actual sized map it is at the moment. It's going to be cold, but you will have to obviously wear survival gear or maybe warmer clothes to walk around this area. It's also going to be a lot more greener, and it's going to have more stone in it and things like that. So definitely mixing it up from the desert environment, which can get a bit tedious when you've been playing it for a while. The new biomes will have brand new creatures, they'll have brand new items, they'll also have brand new lore added to the game. So it is exciting that they're adding these types of biomes with all the new content coming. Now, coming to the end of what they've kind of talked about in the next sort of 6 to 9 months up till 2018, they want to add an expansion sort of with the thralls. The thralls that you capture are going to be like a building sim. You're going to be able to utilise them in your base or your city or your town, and you'll be able to set jobs for them. Some might open up doorways for you as you come to enter the city, some will be in charge of lighting the city, some will be in charge of just operating and gathering resources. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is all implemented. They'll have to sleep as well, so you can't just set them for work forever. They maybe even have to eat. They're thinking of adding things like taverns, where you need to have the dancers in the taverns to get buffs for your whole city. So it's really adding something unique, and that's why I really like the idea of Conan Exiles, why it's definitely different from things like Ark. A lot of people unfairly compared it because they use the same engine and some of the pieces look very similar, and obviously any survival game where it's PvP is going to be compared to a lot of the games like Ark and Rust. But in my opinion, this is why I knew that Conan had much more to offer. As soon as they started mentioning NPCs that could go around and attacking other players, I thought this would be really cool, really interesting, and they've gone one step further, implementing it in like a Sim City style type of game. That is definitely interesting and different from any other survival game you've seen. NPCs won't just be there to be your minions and your slaves or working in your town though, they're also going to be there to absolutely wreck you too. The Purge are enemy NPCs that will be sent into the exiled lands from neighbouring nations to raid, pillage and destroy everything in their path. This is exactly what single player needs, guys. If you play single player, there's no real danger enough from other sort of players, obviously because the game is relying on PvP. But people that want to play single player, this could be a really good addition. So players might actually have to work together because the NPC purge may be too big for them. They'll pass them by. Hopefully if they've got any gods they might be able to use them. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually plays out. NPCs aren't going to be there just to be our playthings to tame and take over. They're also going to be a real threat, whether it's in single player or PvP official servers. They are going to have this on actual proper servers as well. So even tribes or clans, you're going to have to actually fight against the purge too. So, new biomes, we've got NPCs coming, we've got like new religions or new powers of being like a sorcerer, we've got all sorts of content like the siege weapons coming, small things like dye being added to the game to customise it. There is so much being added to the game, not to mention all the mod support it's receiving. I really do hope it's going to come to Xbox as soon as Q3 starts. If you don't know, they have delayed the Xbox release. It was meant to launch very early spring. It's not looking like it's going to launch until the start of summer now, and it's a bit disappointing because my whole idea with Conan was to show a little bit on PC to you guys, and as soon as it hit Xbox or PS4, if it were to come out on PS4, I would have ramped up the content. Because it's going to be on PC a bit longer now and you're not going to see it on console, I'm a bit stuck because most of you guys have got consoles, you're my fan base, so I don't really want to show too much PC gameplay, but I really want to play Conan. I have been offered a server, an actual server of my own to run and have. I'm going to look for people like YouTubers and streamers to come join me, as well as people that actually just have got a bit of time to devote to it. So if you're interested in joining my actual official Conan server, let me know in the comment section, follow me on Twitter and send me a message on Twitter telling me you'd like to join. Give me some details about your channel, if you've got a channel or a Twitch stream, and like I said, even if you haven't got a channel, still give me a message, let me know, and if there's lots of space I can hopefully add you when I set the server up at the end of this week. I am going to be doing content on it, guys. It's maybe not going to be as sort of every day like Ark Survival Evolved, but I'm looking to get at least 2 or 3 videos out a week until it comes to console. It's coming on PS4 in 2018. It's a bit like Ark, it's not going to come out in early access because PlayStation don't do early access, so don't expect Conan Exiles out until 2018, but it will hit the early Xbox program, so that's something really good, obviously, because I have both and I've got fans from both consoles, so I'm really looking forward to Conan. I'm going to carry on with some of the content. Until then, I'm going to be looking at some of the mods, looking at a review of some of them, just having a little muck around with them, and I really like the building aspect, so as soon as I get some time I really want to do some more building. I don't know if I'm going to carry on my single player. If I start my server, I'll do let's plays from my actual server instead. So there you go, guys, bunch of information, loads to go through. Go and check out all the links down below that I'll give you if you want to look at it in more detail, but I just wanted to collate a lot of the information in one go. I'm Jay Plays Games. I cover survival games, Ark Survival Evolved and Conan. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Make sure you hit that like button and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.